unbeaten since stepping onto the Power Slap stage for the first time in March, Anthony Blackburn has his sights set on a welterweight title, which means putting his friendship with Andrew Fields aside for the next 3 rounds. There he is, Andrew Casper Fields, 23 years old, fighting out of Piedmont, South Carolina. He won the coin toss, and man, this guy has a lot going on, Charlie Arnold.
Yeah, you know, only 23 years old, but when you meet a guy like Andrew Fields, you realize pretty much immediately that they were destined to be fathers. He's a 10-month-old daughter named Aubrey. She suffers from a rare genetic condition with less than 2,000 people in the entire world being affected by it. It affects the way the body processes sugars and proteins. It can be fatal. So right now, Aubrey is in Pittsburgh in the Children's Hospital with her mother, hoping to get a liver transplant. So as you can imagine, this is a very costly surgery. Fields says a win tonight, imperative to help cover those bills. It also will allow him to stay at home more with Aubrey instead of working 50, 60 hours a week as an industrial pipe welder. So after his fight, he said there will be no celebration here in Vegas. Instead, he plans to go straight to Pittsburgh to be with his family. And guys, can't say much more about that than Andrew Fields.
Yeah, and you know what else is imperative, Charlie? Not flinching. That's what caused him to lose, be disqualified last time out against Jules Scott. He was a flincher. It's as simple as that. Every time Jules threw, he flinched. And as we know, it's 2 for flinching. So you better have learned his lesson from last time. He's coming here, he's motivated, he's hungry to get a big win here tonight.
Anthony
Babyface is back in town!
Blackburn, 32
Let's go!
years old, Wyandotte, Michigan. That's right outside Detroit. Still working at the pizza shop in his hometown. Been remodeling a house with his buddy. This is his 3rd slap fight. Still has yet to lose. He said he learned a lot from his last fight, which was a draw with Cole Young. Mainly that he doesn't want to be too stiff when receiving the strike.
Yeah, he spoke about that, being stiff, receiving the strike, strategies on the defense and the offensive side. But you brought up that last fight, Dan, and you talk about the draw. He said he was in the hospital until 1 a.m. in the morning after that one. Him and his opponent's families were there. Both families were getting into it. Him and his opponent had to come together and break these guys apart, settle things down. He learned a lot from it, but he doesn't want to just take damage. He says, I have a solid chin. It's the damage factor that I'm trying to steer clear of. What did he do? He said, look, I stopped drinking alcohol 2.5 months now. He's been sober. And his strategy in the offense is really to follow through on some of these strikes. Not to just rip through it, but to follow through, obtain as much power as he can.
Both of these guys have some power. We take a look now at the tail of the tape. 9 years separate Blackburn and Fields. Fields certainly the taller man as well with a 3-inch height advantage and a 1-inch reach advantage. Our Power Slap announcer, Justin Bernard, set to get us going for our second fight of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is 3 rounds in the Power Slap welterweight division. Introducing to you first, in the blue corner, he stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 168 pounds. Out of Piedmont, South Carolina, Andrew Casper Fields. And in the red corner, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds. Out of Detroit, Michigan, Anthony Babyface Blackburn.
There, baby.
And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Kerry Hatley. Winner of the coin toss and striking first, Andrew Fields.
All right, gentlemen, here we go. Center, please.
Get it, baby.
All right, Kerry Hatley getting him set.
Okay, blue has won the toss, and we'll strike first hand and count.
Right on 3.
Right hand on 3. Blue will be striking right hand on 3. You must measure. There's your measure.
All right, right on 3.
1.
Flinching won't be an issue if he gets
2.
the knockout. Here we go.
Ooh, oh, that sounded
Good slap.
nasty.
Good slap.
Let's go.
Solid strike, but he took it well, right?
Yeah, he
Right,
took
here
it
we go,
very
Blue.
well. Nodding in appreciation, though. You'll notice that little bit of
You good,
swelling
Rick?
on the face of Anthony Blackburn.
All right,
That's
get
there
socked
all
up,
the
man.
time. You can see, even prior to the slap,
Try to recover.
that's something that happened to him in his childhood. So it's always there. So it's not from the slap. However, a good start. Andrew Fields, no fouls, no flinches. Round, well, not round two.
When you're ready,
Blackburn's
you got 30 seconds,
Listen,
okay,
if this
bud? Take your
goes to
time.
the judge's scorecard, how he
bring it down
ate
to at
that
least
strike
20.
is a
You wanna
huge
go longer, you
factor.
can go.
Because it sounded like a gunshot going off
Oh,
from
no,
here.
son.
And he wasn't stumbled. He
Let's
didn't
go,
take
let's
a
get it.
step.
Right here.
It's a great point. He wasn't wobbled too much. He ate it very well, recovered
Striker
fast.
set. Okay,
But I
red.
will say this.
Hand and count.
A slap doesn't
Right on
necessarily
one,
mean
you
impact.
measure?
I mean, it does. but-
Okay, with the measure.
That's a
Right
good
on
point.
one
That's
with the
good.
measure.
All right,
There's your
babyface
measure.
Stretching his out a little bit, gets a strip, gets the measure.
Look at that.
Foul. Flinching. Foul on blue.
wow.
Flinching.
Flinching foul on Andrew Fields.
Okay, you got the option
And-
to strike.
You
Okay, we'll be
mentioned
striking
this
again.
being
You're turning your head
We
too
did
quick,
three
okay?
times in the first
good?
round against Jules Scott. In his last fight, he flinched, and here he is doing it again, trying to roll with it way too early.
You know, to not flinch, he
Still.
said that he'd done a lot of preparation. He had his friends slapping him with wet towels
Yeah.
just to try and, you know,
Okay, red. Hand and count.
anticipate
Right
what's
on
coming
one
his
with the
way.
measure.
So
Right on
remember,
one with the measure.
If you flinch,
There's your
you
measure.
get hit again. He's going on one here.
Right, on one.
Good slap.
All right, so he had to eat two in the first round.
Fucking go, baby.
Looked like he moved away ever so slightly. And, you know, speaking to people this week, let's take a good look here.
Yeah.
He's starting to roll a little bit early right here, right?
They all said they're going to do that. They said there's a lot of defensive moves that you can do, but you run the risk of flinching. Look, there it is, ever so slightly.
Just remember, this is super slow-mo we're
No,
watching.
I know.
Right.
The judges don't see in slow motion.
Keep your eye on the target.
I think
Push
in slow motion.
as hard as you can.
I can
All right,
imagine.
good.
Yeah.
Get the
Yeah.
box
I thought
when
you were
you're
going to
ready.
say I've noticed.
I'm nicer than that, Bisping. Come
No, you're
on.
not.
We have a third member of the booth here today. I got to treat you both with
I've got to say,
respect.
Andrew Fields, he's taken some powerful shots, but he
Okay,
doesn't.
fighters are set.
He doesn't budge, right? He takes
Hand
his
and
shots very
count.
well. Solid chin on him.
Right on two. Blue will go right on two.
All right,
That's
here we
your
go
measure.
on two. In round two.
One.
Oh, out comes the
Good
earplug.
slap.
That's the sound that you want.
That's
I
more
mean,
of a thud.
And these guys
That's
don't even,
it.
they're not breaking eye contact after the slap. These guys are in it, man.
Got you, boy.
Take a look at this
I
one right
got
here.
you, boy.
You can see he closes his eyes, prepares for impact, but takes it pretty
Okay,
well.
watch the flinching, okay? Stay in there.
Everybody has a different philosophy on how to receive a slap. Some guys bite down on the mouthpiece like they're trying to cut right through it. Some guys don't want to tense up too hard. Some guys try to roll with the slap. Some guys don't.
Good to go?
It's
Let's shock up and let's go.
it's a different
All right.
deal.
You feel the
It's almost a
power? Let's
bending
go.
of the
Knock 'em
rules,
out
right? Like
Right here, finish the
to
fight.
somewhat
Finish
barely
the
be able
fight.
to roll with it a fraction before doesn't get called. But if you flinch,
Okay,
you're going to
fighters
call it.
set. Hand and count, red.
Well, in terms of damage,
Right on
see a
one with the
little
measure.
blood on the face
With the
of
measure.
Anthony
Right on
Blackburn.
one
Yeah.
with the measure.
It's the baby
There's your
face.
measure.
But this ain't UFC.
Well, and remember, this is going to be.
Oh, that was a
Wait,
thud.
that stumbled him. And
And a
that's
smile.
Yeah.
That's the third strike that Fields has had to eat, even though we're only in round two,
He hits
because of
hard.
that flinching foul earlier.
He's hitting into you. He's pushing into you. That's what I want you to do to him. So just take deep breaths. Deep breaths. Find your
Let's have a
toes.
look here.
Think about your toes. Just find them. Deep breaths. Get your balance back.
Oh,
And when you
Man.
go up
the
there, you
head just
aim, man. You need to push
ricocheted
through and
around the
push
room.
through
And you
go.
can see what
And you
Andrew
push through
Fields
that
has
one.
a defensive technique where he kind of starts to
Got good.
slowly
Got good.
roll with it right before the
One more
impact.
slap.
It's not being called,
Roll
so
time.
So
he's
when it
getting
gets to
away
the
with
10,
it, but he's
we'll let
eating
you
them
let
pretty
watch.
well.
Just take your time, dude.
There's KO Chris Thomas,
You
the
got it.
corner of Andrew Fields.
And
A
then
man that knows how to throw a
deep
mean
breaths. You
slap.
good? Let me know when your head's feeling fine.
There's look at your scorecard, Michael. Looks like we're dead even right now. according-
Well, real
Dead
quick.
even. It's a competitive match. Fields got the start in round one. Blackburn settled the score in two.
Watch your feet.
All right, here we go, red. Let's get set.
So here we go, all to play for in
Okay,
round three.
blue, hand and count.
On three.
Right on three. Blue is going right on three.
All
There's
right.
your measure.
Blackburn's done a great job of staying in the box and eating these strikes. Let's see if he can do it again here. I think on the receiving end, he's certainly winning from that aspect.
1, 2, foul.
Oh,
That was
foul
good.
called.
You went right on
He's
three,
hitting right
and
on
you went
three.
on two.
Oh.
Foul on
Oh,
illegal
Yeah, he went
wind up.
early.
The most simple
an
1 point,
illegal wind-up.
1
because
point
he
blue,
didn't go on the
illegal
man.
windup.
It's as easy
1
as
point blue,
1, 2,
1 point
3.
blue.
Anybody can do it.
A, B, C.
So if your scorecard is the same one the judges have, all we need is a clean strike here from Blackburn, and he's going to win it here.
Technically, that is correct.
Look at that neck.
Now, if there
Look
is
at
a
that
foul,
right?
What a
it
mistake.
would be a
This is
9-9.
going-
Look at the damage on his face, my word.
Yeah.
You can take your
But
time. You want to take
So,
your
To
time.
the point
It's
that,
not
as you
gonna
said,
affect you at all.
a
Last
clean
lap.
shot here from Anthony Blackburn
last lap,
wins him the
round
match,
3.
potentially, according to
Last
my
lap,
scorecard.
round 3.
However, we have seen the
time.
contestants kind of forget about that. And the more focused on getting the knockout and getting revenge. Let's be honest, somebody's just slapped him in the face. You don't want to give him a little love tap just to win the fight.
Andrew Fields had a mental error right
Let's
there,
go,
right?
clean,
Anthony
sir.
Blackburn
Clean.
cannot have that
Okay.
same mental error right here. He just
Still
needs a clean
thinks
slap
we're
and the
gonna
victory's his.
make sure you keep it
We
still
always
this time.
say that, but
Okay,
it's
hand
easier
and
said
count
than
red.
done. You know, the coaches
Right
need to
on one
remind
with
them
the
of that.
measure?
Yes.
They're rotating
With the
coaches every
measure,
event.
right on 1.
Well, as I say, that ego, that man
There's your
inside
measure.
you, that takes over.
Final strike of the fight's a good one, but Fields does a nice job
Good job.
beating it as Anthony Blackburn and Andrew Fields hug it out. Nice way to get things started here at Power Slap 5, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. First time when we go to the distance here. Will be interesting to see how the judges scored that one. There was more damage to the face of Anthony Blackburn, though.
Yeah.
There was.
No, I agree. No, I agree with that, but I don't think that means he landed the harder strikes.
Same.
Right. You see
I'm
the
just saying.
scorecards right now, though.
It's merely an observation. That was my scorecard, by the way.
Yeah, well done.
That looked a little high.
Yeah, can we pop that up again? Can we see Bisping's scorecard? Oh, that was a good one.
Neither man hitting the canvas.
Oh, there it is. I agree with your scorecard, Michael. I know that is important.
It's surprising to me.
Well, remember the 10-8 because of the point deduction, Alan, in the final round.
I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward with the 10-8. I mean,
And this
that's-
reminded me of almost like a Sean Strickland fight where these punches hurt, but they're just not knocking people unconscious. But you see the damage on these guys' faces.
shade thrown at the champ.
No, that's a compliment. What are you talking about? We saw him today. It's all love.
Did.
Did you guys get a little workout in with the champ?
I mean, I might have submitted Alan a few times just to show him the ropes.
Nice.
You know.
Nice.
He was a little intimidated by Sean Strickland, I got to
Oh,
say.
I was terrified.
Same weight class.
I wish. I ain't making 185 anytime
I know.
soon.
What are you weighing these days, by the way?
That's a long time ago.
Just a solid chunk of granite.
All right, it is time for our official decision presented by Kudos Protein Popcorn. Head to kudosnacks.com, enter the promo code SLAP for 25% off your order. Here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges scored the contest 30-26, 29-27, and 29-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Anthony Babyface Blackburn.
That was interesting.
Did you see Blackburn point at him like he thought he had lost that?
Blackburn thought, I don't know if it was a show of respect or that he thought that he had lost. And then you heard a 30-26 scorecard out there.
Yeah, that was a little surprising, to be honest. But hey, listen, I'm not a judge.
Well, thank
God.
God.